Okay, recently I have a little revelation, a little bit of a discovery. Probably a lot of people knew this already. Call me slow. Um, some of you might have seen that I've been practicing a lot of Tai Chi, and this Tai Chi is called practical method, Chern style Tai Chi practical method. A lot of people think that it's not the real Tai Chi, but for me, it is the real Tai Chi because it brings me back to the origin, the core of the art itself, which is a martial art. A lot of people forgot about that. They just thought Tai Chi is a relaxing yoga kind of thing, but no, it's a lot more than that. It was a martial art. People used it in warfares and self defense, and there were lots of mercenaries coming from the Chern village in China, in Henan. So yeah, people used to kill people with Tai Chi. Let's just say that. Of course, now there are lots of people, lots of naysayers that talk shit about Tai Chi because there are a lot of masters who can't fight, and there are also a lot of masters who don't want to show. They just refuse to show the real thing because it can be very devastating. I have felt the power of it, and I knew how devastating it can be. Just a little bit, if the angle is right and everything, just a little bit, a little move, a little flick can break your bones. So I have felt that power before. So I'm for sure not one of the naysayers. Of course, that's why I'm a practitioner. Okay, now I'm not going to talk about Tai Chi today. I'm not qualified. But I remember Master Chen Zhonghua. Um, he likes to talk about sinking the shoulder. Sinking the shoulder. I think all Tai Chi styles talk about sinking the shoulder. And it really works for a lot of things. In daily lives, if you sink your shoulder, you'll be more relaxed, and then it'll help with your back and your neck and all that stuff. And of course, when we play, we have to sink our shoulder. However, I realize recently that even though I preach the same thing to my students to sink my shoulder, right, when I play, but when I look at my own videos, when I look at my own pictures, I like to, first of all, I like to lower my head, right, and then when I get excited, I look like this. My shoulder is not sinking. You can see that, right? It's up. So I've been consistently reminding myself, purposely lowering my shoulder when I play, and then I realize, oh, okay. When I sink my shoulder, there's actually a tendency to pump my elbow up. And when I pump my elbow up, I get a sound. I get a down bow. See that? If I sink my shoulder, right? When you sink it really hard, you want to come up, right? That's a sound that you get. And that up bow as well. If you sink your shoulder, you want to come up again. See? So, in the end, you get good posture and good sound. Okay? And then I realized, I wonder if I was just, it was just in my imagination, and then what's a better place to try than a place that I play at all the time, which is a show, right? So in the show, there are lots of long notes, that requires my hands, my arms to be very still, playing. A lot of that stuff, and when I do those things, and also there are jabs, like before the pandemic, when I was playing the show, when I play those things, I used to do this, which is nothing wrong. But when I do this with my shoulder sinking and my arm leading, I realize that the sound is a lot cleaner. Instead of it's more transparent. That works for me. Of course, it doesn't work for everyone, maybe. And then also when it comes to pizzicato, I used to do this, just hook, right? Fine, no problem, nothing wrong with that. But then I realized when I use my elbow to lead, first of all, you get to you get your elbow to lead like that. I realized that my time feel is a lot better. Time feel as in staying on top of the rhythm, not on top, on the rhythm. It's a lot better than doing this because there's a resistance here. But if I use my elbow to do it, the sound comes out right away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very interesting when I use it in the show. Everything became more precise and clear. The sound and the time, feel, and everything. I just feel very different. Yeah. So I began to tell that to my students, and there are lots of significant changes, positive changes in their playing. Just the nerdy things, yeah. Like what Elvira says, it's some very nerdy things about musicians playing and discovering little things, little tricks. But these are the things that we get pleasure out of, right? We discover things and then we get excited and then we keep using it, and then after a while you just feel like, oh, I found something new. Oh, what I just found out wasn't as exciting as this anymore, But then that's why we keep moving as musicians, which is the whole idea, I guess. So I guess the basic principle that I worked out, again, I'm sure millions of people knew about this already, but these things suddenly came together in my mind and became a system, which is your small joints always follow your big joints. So you don't usually, sometimes you do, of course, when it's necessary. You don't actively use the small joints to do it. So rather than using this, you use this. Using this is better. But then, rather than using this is a lot better, right? Okay, I used to do this. And then after a while, I realized, oh, my shoulder is the biggest joint. So my shoulder is leading the whole thing. When my shoulder leads, when my shoulder goes down, it leads the rest of my arm. So this is the whip, okay? This is the end of the whip, the tip of the whip. Pop, like that. Instead of this is usually less precise because you get tired very soon, very quickly, okay? Unless you need some very fast movements, some which is not usual. You don't usually do that, or some fast pizzicato. Even this one, I feel like I cannot use only my finger. It would be less precise than using the bigger joint here, which is Okay. Of course, in this fast tempo, I cannot use this anymore. But you know, it's just those little things that make a difference. So, on principle, the smaller joints usually are not actively moving. They are following. They are the buffer. They are the follower of the bigger joints. So this is the tip of the whip. This is the handle. So instead of so there you go. That's my little discovery recently. Hope you all have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever. Take care, everyone.